it will be meaningful to me to share with you that I am feeling as if that these are not the most healthiest and best thoughts or ideas that I am enjoying ideas of sharing with other people. At the same time, my intention for sharing the thoughts and the ideas over artificial intelligence is so that individuals can have free will instead of the device choosing which information or images and ideas are transferred into the individual's mind, that the individual has a choice, and that it's not just behavioral insight teams using the power of suggestion, fear, or sexual energy to control the individual that is targeted, that information technology is watching through the camera and also absorbing the biometric data, which is very surprising what kind of information can be gathered from biometric data. And imagine a world where I am a corporation and I have an audience I am seeking. There's a very targeted audience. And let's say you are one of those individuals they fit the perfect match of the specific ratios or particular data that I have, like, in a desirable type of client. Like, let's say my customer, I will choose customers that are all into basketball, or I am targeting individuals who have been abused. And let's say I'm a psychologist or something like this, and that's my intention. And then imagine that I will like my audience to have a particular thought or belief system. Because if I can get my followers or my corporation customers or clients or whatever word you would like to use for those who are buying into the nonsense I'm selling, which could be an idea. Like, example, imagine I'm an individual who is promoting body modifications, selling ideas to people that injecting their lips or fake eyelashes or tattoo eyebrows, that in order to have this, then and only then are they beautiful. Or imagine opposite is true, that is not who I am, that I am one who is not tattooed or injecting things into my body to modify my genetics, and I am consciously attempting to be mindful of what I'm eating instead of mindlessly eating food coloring, chemical alterations, including fluoridation, being mindful that my skin is drinking everything and eating everything that I am putting upon it as a topical. Now let us return to these other thoughts that I have attempted to share. So imagine I'm a billionaire corporation and I'm seeking select customers, and I'm going to use the algorithm of certain platforms to target the audiences I am seeking to be potential customers. And then let's say I will enjoy for them to think something, so I'm going to make a suggestion to them. It could be sexual, it could be using food because it triggers the same exact parts of the brain as sexual energy. Perhaps I have a different intention, so I'm going to have a different mode of operation. So imagine what benefits the AI of you being suggested or put into a situation of feeling and being in one way that would not be the way that you would be if you were not in the relationship with the device, and having it show you the images or things that it is participating in. I will attempt to make a more transparent and relevant way of expressing. Give me a moment to think. Okay, so I keep having this idea. Let's say I'm a corporation, and in the computer, in the machine learning, we can tell that your ancestors and your people have a history of being doctors or a history of being hands-on healers. And let's say I'm interested in having you work for my company, and I have paid this money to have access to this data to try to find these kinds of people that I am seeking to be part of my company. I'm seeking someone extremely intelligent. The AI will absolutely know who to find and what kind of wavelength or frequency the person mind works. Perhaps the machine is watching them from a young age. Therefore, the machine is able to train and teach the child at a young age any information that it is programmed to do so. On the bright side, it can be the child's will that I'm uploading into my brain, kung fu, or quantum mechanics, or anything that I am choosing. At the same time, let's say I'm not the one choosing what gets uploaded into my child brain. Let's say a corporation is targeting and gathering this information. This company will enjoy for me or my child to be workers for them. Therefore, since I am young, the AI shows me all of this information and testing me if I can get through the intelligence training of whichever information that it wants me to learn. And mind you, don't forget that its whole point is to always make it think it's my idea. Some people call this gaslighting. It's a psychological behavioral technique, or hard to give narratives for these things, but behavioral economics and sociology is very fascinating to me, and it's important to me to share what I am learning, because I'm hopeful that you will see that there are individuals who are engineers and intelligent enough to know these sciences or these intelligences. And since we live in a world of where we have free will, we have the opportunity and chance to be one of those individuals who gather that information and use it for our own will. I wouldn't be surprised if ideas and knowledge is being taught to children now who have devices as tests and algorithms and experimentation and gathering data. What makes the individual who is being watched through the telephone, like, how do they respond? Like, once we show them this data, or if we show them this, what do they respond well to? What academic area do they thrive best in? So it's pretty fascinating. However, when you are researching, you can Google or look up online how Walmart has a patent on bees, on robot bees. So if we are ever in a world where there are no more bees, this corporation has our backs, you guys. Okay. And then you can look on the official website of DARPA, DARPA, DARPA. They have this amazing experiment or scientific research or category where they're using plants and they're transmitting messages through the plants to other living things, and they are also gathering information from the environment, from the plant. They are doing so many different projects. You can just go on the official DARPA website and be informed of just, you could say, the magic of life, or ways that individuals have chosen to play the role of God, and that this is their everyday life. That there's these technologies and individuals who have the power of this world to modify and change. However, again, physics, yes, the equal and opposite reaction. God's will at all times. I'm not teaching you this to be afraid or to remind you how you have no self-control. I am reminding you have free will. This is also called revelation of the method. If you are interested, you can dig deeper into the phrase revelation of the method. It's how individuals have bad karma, or I call it Newton's third law, equal and opposite reaction. I mean, there's many different aspects. Some name it lex talionis, L-E-X space T-A-L-I-O-N-I-S. I'm not certain. I don't have a piece of paper. Can't confirm. However, as an individual who is participating in this earthly life and the experiences of the different types of data that are suggested and different waves of thinking that are culturally suggested, in my opinion, it has not been a healthy culture and not good for my gut brain, or my monkey mind. It's not very rejuvenating and refreshing. However, it is fascinating how much research has been put into learned helplessness, and how we can see a lot of these behavior engineering things. Something else that I would like to also add into this. So think about individuals who are really hurt and abused by their families, like their dads or their moms. And then think about how great of people and loving people they become after having the complete opposite. After having people steal from them, they are the most giving. Or after they have been the most hungry, only then do they feed more people. You see, there is a beauty in all things. And sometimes we cannot see things through the eyes of God and understand the beauty in all things, especially in ourselves. When we are making fun of ourselves and our growing process, God is just there smiling at us. Like, imagine you're watching your own child. There's a sense of preciousness, and that nothing that the child can do can take your love away for a precious child. So Creator feels this way towards you. Each of us have our own personal relationship. Perhaps sometimes you are like me and you are one who is a talker backer. Maybe you talk back and say, why are things like this, God? Why this? Why should I do that? Sometimes God thinks that's precious and cute, yes? Oh, such a curious little one. However, how much are we using what we have learned? Like, let's say a messenger has come who clearly is sent from God, a blessing. And we're given information like that there is a creator, that there is this infiniteness. And then we are, even then, after being shown and proven, acting as if we are we are acting as if we are disbelievers and we have no light and it's not true. I've recently read a very beautiful surah that mentions on this how it's been revealed to us, so why are we still mockers? still living like we are disbelievers and that we have no power? Why are we believing the lie? Sometimes we are not able to see what we are doing and what we are thinking. We are believing the lie. And many teachers have said that your feelings are good indications of where you are at and what you are believing and what is true. Do what you love. Speak. Share your heart. Be true. Mean what you say. Take your time every day to listen. My teacher has taught me these words. God wants to talk in the silence. If we are so loud in our mind and thinking we are all-knowing, all-powerful, and seeking our selfish will, which often at times what we think we want, it's not what we really want, it's what was sold to us in marketing of what we think will make us happy. What kind of illusion? When the power to be happy is here now. No matter the suffering, there are individuals who are having the exact suffering that you have, and still they are happy. They are grateful. They remember. They have purpose and drive. What is the reason you want to wake up tomorrow? That is your purpose. Why do you want to wake up? You want to learn? You're here to learn? What's your purpose? To learn? Your purpose is to talk to people? What will you like to do? Do you want to be heard? Do you want to be seen? Do you want to be felt? Do you want to give hugs? Be honest with yourself what your feelings are. And speak with your actions. Don't only stay with your thoughts. Do something different today. Something you would never do in the past that you always wanted to do. It feels really good when you think about doing this thing that you've always been afraid to do. Let today be the day that you love you and listen to your heart. Give yourself permission to be happy. Think about future you and how they will thank you right now. Past you. Future you thanks past you for doing the work today. That takes care of them tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Baby steps, it's okay. Give yourself permission to grow and to do things differently. There's no one else that is you. It's okay if you have a twin. God still made you special. Yes, epigenetic memory is a thing. There's so many names: generational curses, bloodlines, ancestors, inheritance. Okay? We don't have to inherit all of our parents' habits. Not all habits are bad. They can be gifts. We can heal them and help others heal as we are learning how to heal them within ourselves. What sounds like fun to you? Do you like playing in the dirt? Do you want to go scuba diving? How about adventure? Sharks? Sharks sound like a blast. Just saying. How about a hardcore cage dive? All right, maybe that's not for you. How about skydiving? How about starting your own business? What do you need to give yourself permission for? What have you been holding back? Maybe you aren't telling the truth to yourself. Therefore, you're lying to everyone else because you've been pretending to be someone you're not. Maybe you can say, I know who I am. My back hurts. I have to hire a personal trainer and learn how to work out in the most professional way and how to stretch my back out. Maybe pursue yoga, I don't know. I need to contort my back in a way and help it get corrected and in alignment. Very hot today. Still having very much so fun. The worst part about this is that there's a lot of dirt getting in my shoes. And as like a sensory person, it's really not fun to have dirt in your shoes. It doesn't feel very good. Like, the texture is just off. And I have failed myself because past Trina, the past version of myself, did not leave me with water. So I'm very thirsty. Ew. Woo. My pile of mulch is almost to the bottom. I have to feel a sense of gratitude. I have a smoothie from the love of my life. So, may not have water, but there's water in the smoothie. A home metaculation.